Ini adalah BMW M3 Touring. Sebagai pecinta touring ya, ini udah kayak mentoknya nih di BMW saat ini ya, ini nih M3 Touring. Aduh, mobil yang super ganteng, kencang banget. Duh, dari dulu kepengen banget gua, tapi belum kesampaian guys. Duh, gimana ya, ini ganteng banget sih, ya ampun. Mobil kok bisa ganteng banget ya. Buntutnya tuh loh, aduh ganteng banget. Dengan ada 4 knalpot. Ini mobil ya, udah bukan cuman kencang tapi keren banget. Kacanya bisa dibuka. Aduh, ini mobil keren banget sih. Parah kerennya. Selain BMW M3 Touring, banyak banget mobil keren dari BMW yang baru aja di launching di sini. Daripada gue yang ngejelasin, gimana kalau kita minta tolong bos besarnya BMW Asia Pasifik untuk jelasin? Menarik bukan? Now we're here with Mr. Lars Nielsen. How are you, sir?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us here now. We are at the BMW at Kia. So, is this your first time here in Indonesia, or?
No. I spent a lot of time in Indonesia.
Wow.
Actually, my passport has more stamps from Indonesia than from any other country that I am working in.
Wow. So,
not bad, huh?
So you're accustomed to Indonesian culture, and we saw that you did a pantun before.
Oh, thank you so much. I was giving it my best effort.
Now we're here at the BMW Pavilion at Gias, and there are a few new cars here, yes? Do you mind sharing to us a bit some of the new cars that are important here for the Indonesian market?
Sure. So we obviously are using the platform of Gias Motor Show to launch as many new cars as we can. We have 4 models for 2024. We started out with the new 4 Series, so the LCI or the facelifted version of the 4 Series. We're in the middle of the life cycle. Exactly, we have it here on our right side, which is it's the perfect sporty car.
The handsome one.
It is indeed the handsome one. It will immediately enhance your appearance, and I know what I'm talking about because I'm driving one of these in Singapore right now. Actually,
there you go.
It really it's a very nice car. You really feel comfortable with it. So that's one. At the other spectrum, but equally important for us, and particularly from the branding side, we're launching a new version of the XM called the BMW XM50e.
The car that is very, very strong in presence.
Very strong in presence. I gave the example of feeling like a rock star, and I really mean it.
Actually.
I really mean it, yeah. It has a lot, it's very extrovert, it has a lot of power, it's a very, very powerful vehicle. It is an M model, a proper one. It's based on the 4.4 liter V8, and then we have a battery drivetrain on top. But it's an M hybrid that we are putting in there, and you really feel that when you drive it. This is a proper M vehicle. Yeah,
I tested a few months ago for a week. It was a blast.
Then you know what I'm talking about. And it's a fairly, it's a sizable vehicle, right? And with the 2 drivetrains, it also carries its weight, but you don't feel that when you drive it. Yeah, it's really nimble. Yeah, and the battery does what it's supposed to. It boosts you out of there. So very, very good feeling.
It is a very good performance. And then there are 2 more cars over here.
Yes.
That's sitting right behind us.
And here the heart starts pounding a little faster because the most prominent one we have for Gias is actually the locally produced new 5 Series.
Locally produced?
Locally produced. 520i M Sport, which we've been waiting for this for a long time. We always love to bring this in. As you may know, BMW is extremely committed to Indonesia. We've seen excellent growth over the last couple of years.
Oh, nice.
Actually, we have record numbers all the time, almost. Yeah, I'm really. The team here is really doing an excellent job. The dealers here are extremely committed, so I really love it. So we're very proud to be able to further expand the lineup of locally assembled vehicles with the 520i M Sport. Another interesting feature there is our cooperation with Astra and Gaia Motors here for local assembly goes all the way back to 1976.
1976?
So 48 years now, 48 years. And that first vehicle that we assembled here was actually the 520i. Can you believe it?
It was I think it's E12?
Yes.
It was the one of the first generation of the 5 Series.
Yes.
And now we are locally produced the new 5 Series, the G60. 60. Yes.
The G60, exactly.
Yeah. And then next to it?
And next to it is also a new version of the 5 Series, but the electric one, so the i5 M60 xDrive.
This is a bit personal, but do you have your favorite classic BMW?
Sorry?
Do you have your favorite classic BMW?
I have not had that question before, to be very honest.
I'm a BMW classic guy. I have a E30 as well. So.
Oh, for real?
Yes. A Calypso Red E30 produced, manufactured by Kaya Motors.
Amazing. Oh, that is amazing. Because the immediate answer is actually the M1, right? Why? Because it's from my year of birth. So another car I really like, and it's one of the cars that made me fall in love with BMW, is the E46.
Which one?
So back then it was the 316 Ti.
The 316 Ti.
Yeah, which in Europe was a real cracker. Yeah, because small.
Yes, it's a compact 3 Series. So no, you have not had the chance to own the car.
No, I have not had the chance.
But you had the chance to drive the 4 Series, eh?
Well, the 4 Series for sure. I have to admit, I'm very privileged in my job. I've been driving a lot of BMWs. Yeah, that's clear.
Wow.
But it's a great feeling every time, I have to say. It's one of the questions I get from time to time as well. What does it feel like to change to new cars all the time? I say it feels great.
It feels great. It feels amazing, guys.
It feels amazing. I can highly recommend it. Highly recommend. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, Lord Wilson. Kalau yang ini adalah mobil terlucu, tergemas yang ada di Gias 2024. Nah, biar nggak gitu-gitu aja reviewnya, gimana kalau kita ngajak orang yang ngedesain mobilnya, gimana sih caranya bisa bikin mobil selucu ini? Okay, now we're here with Sebastian from Mini, the head of design interior. So the cool guy who designed the interior of Mini. Before we get into the interior, do you mind showing us a bit about the exterior?
Yeah.
This is a very mini, eh?
It's very mini. Yeah, it's very mini. And that was our goal, to keep the facial expression of the classic Mini.
Yes.
Yeah?
Before we go further, I just want to ask these questions as a car guy myself. How long does it take to design a car like this?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. So around, I would say, 6 years. Not just design the car.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but from the first scratch to the final product.
6 years.
6 years.
It also includes the interior, I will say.
Yes, yeah.
Wow, it took 6 years.
Yeah, it's taking quite a lot of time, and within design it's like 2.5 years. And then, of course, all the components and technology, they have to be industrialized.
Yep. And how many people were designing the car, including your interior team?
So we in the Mini department, we're around 30 people.
30 people designing
including the exterior designers, interior designers, and color and trim designers.
Oh, color and trim are separate?
Yes.
Shall we talk a bit about the rear part of the car? Now, the rear light.
Yeah.
Is it all individual LEDs over here? Wow, so can you do different kind of like brakes combinations, or like the one on the screen that I saw before?
Exactly. So we're offering 3 different light signatures in the rear and in the front.
Oh, yeah.
So in the front, we're also making sure that it fits to the light signature in the rear.
Now, shall we talk about the interior?
Yeah, definitely.
Because he is the guy who lead the team of the interior of the new Mini. Now we are inside the new Mini, which is very, very lovely place to be. It's very glad. It's a very nice interior.
Happy to hear that.
I love it very much. It really represents the classic style of the first generation Mini. We have to talk about the screen. I mean, like, how you and your team come up with this kind of screen?
Yeah, it's kind of obvious, but it was in the end a big challenge to get that right. If you look at the classic Mini, there are 3 elements which stick out, and we call them iconic elements. First of all, steering wheel. Yeah, you definitely need the steering wheel. Then the center gauge or the center display, and then the toggle bar underneath. It also exists in the classic Mini.
It is. We have to talk about this part over here, where you still put an analog key to start the cars.
Yes. That's also like doing things with a twinkle in the eye.
Yep.
Yeah. And this is a redesign actually of the former ignition key.
Yes.
Of the classic.
Yes, and then you put the driving gear over here.
Yes.
And then you don't call it driving mode, it's called experience mode.
Yeah, experience modes, because they're immersive, holistic experiences.
You have timeless.
Yes. You hear the sound?
Oh,
kind of textile is everywhere.
Yes.
So, and we thought that textile has a certain texture which creates a bit more warmth. But there's also houndstooth.
Houndstooth, the one that I mentioned is houndstooth.
Yeah.
It's very British.
Yeah, very British. And what you see here is actually an interpretation of the houndstooth.
Ah!
But we're playing with the mini logo. It's an M. It's an M. It's a hidden M.
Oh, wow.
So we were always kind of playing around with these little Easter eggs.
Wow, it's amazing. I really like the interior of this car. And the last point that I want to talk about is the strap. Usually cars have like a spoke over here. But Mini, being a fashion icon, I would say.
Yeah, almost a fashion icon.
You use a strap. Maybe you care to explain why?
Yeah. Also here, reduction of components, yeah, and focus onto the essentials. So we wanted to keep the steering wheel as simple as possible and as light as possible, but then obviously we want also to create this atmosphere and some sportiness to the car. And a third spoke is always adding a certain sportiness to the car.
Yes, I would say.
And we were coming up with the idea of the straps which are perfectly fitting to our knitting.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're not just using them in the steering wheel, but also here in the pocket. And it's my personal highlight because it's not just replacing the third spoke, it's also adding the sporty touch. And yeah, I'm really passionate about that because also this I didn't see anywhere else in the automotive
I never
industry.
see it. Usually, steering wheels is either 2 spokes, 3 spokes, or 4 spokes. But I never see a steering wheel with a strap.
Yeah.
It's a very, very nice touch over here. Wow, I love the interior so much. So, Sebastian, thank you so much for your time. Explaining all the small details, explaining all the process behind creating the new Mini.
Highly welcome.
Which is, I think, is a new knowledge for us. I think this is a classic and a timeless design.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the launching of the new car.
Cool.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Hopefully we can see you sometime soon.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Bye.